All right, we've got a really nice sunny day for you to do a review here in Pittsburgh on Dewalt's new 20-volt max, 7¼ inch cordless sliding compound miter saw. The model number is DCS 361. We're going to show you all the ins and outs of it and why you might want to consider it for your projects. So as you can see, this is a very nice compact sliding compound miter saw. You've got a 7¼ inch blade. This blade actually fits into circular saws too. So if you have circular saws, you can use the blade that you have in the circular saw with this model of compound miter saw. The other thing is there are ways to mount it to your tabletop. So if you've got a bench in your workshop or your garage, you can mount it using screws or bolts, which is really nice. You can buy this saw with or without the battery. If you buy it with the battery, it's $399. Without the battery, it's $319. So if you already are operating within the Dewalt universe and have different tools, you may not need to get the $399 version. This is a 4.0 amp hour battery. You get the charger too. Now, when you unpackage it, it's going to take about an hour and 20 minutes to charge the battery. That's how long it took me to get this fully charged. Now, one thing you should know is the light indicator on the battery stays red even when it's fully charged. I was anticipating it turning green, but that's not the case. So just wanted to give you a heads up. It's very easy to install the battery. All you do is slide it into the saw, and when you hear it click, it's locked in place and powered up. There is a power indicator on the battery, so if you just press the button here, you get 1, 2, 3 for fully powered, and then it goes down from there when you run out of juice. There's a locking pin on the side of the saw that will lock the saw in place for when you need to transport it. So you have to pull that in order to operate the saw up and down. If you want to switch out the 40-tooth blade, there is a tool on the side of the miter saw that you use to do that. If you want to switch out the blade, there is a tool that comes with the saw. You loosen these 2 screws, 1, 2. You don't remove them, you just loosen them by about 4 revolutions. That will give you access to this bolt that holds the saw blade in place. You can remove the blade by holding this lever in place on the other side here, and then removing the screw counterclockwise, or excuse me, clockwise. Just make sure you install the new blade in the right direction. The bevel lock knob is on the back of the saw. You spin this to either lock the bevel in place, or you can move it back and forth if it's loose. So this will move to a 45-degree angle so that you can cut in this direction from left to right. If you want to lock it in place, again, you just turn this lock and you're locked in place. Nice and simple. This is the rail lock knob. If you loosen it, you can move the rail back and forth. If you tighten it, it locks the rail in place. You can adjust your miter cut using the miter lock knob and the miter latch button. This allows you to slide the saw back and forth anywhere from 48 degrees on the left to 48 degrees on the right. The nice thing about the saw is that it has an adjustable stainless steel detent plate with 10 positive stops. So they will automatically click into place. Now, if you have an obscure cut or if you have a random cut that you need to make, you can easily just put it to the degree that you need and then press down like so, and it locks into place. In order to get the saw to work, there is a lock-off lever here on the trigger. You have to move that over to the left. It actually looks like it's to the right for you, but it is to the left, and then you press the trigger and that will make the saw run. The XPS system on the Dewalt cordless miter saw casts a shadow onto your workpiece, and this is really nice because you can see exactly where you're going to be making your cut. So as you lower the blade, it casts that shadow right there. And you can line up any line you have with that shadow so you can get a perfect cut. The downside to the XPS system though is the fact that you can't see that shadow when it's very bright. And again, we're having a bright sunny day here in Pittsburgh, so you won't be able to see it outside. But the same thing happens when you use lasers on miter saws. There's a clamp that comes with the miter saw so that you can clamp your workpiece in place while you're making cuts. The only thing I will say is make sure that you loosen this clamp and swing it out of the way when you're making that beveled cut. Because when you go to make the beveled cut, this will run into the clamp if you don't move it out of the way. So make sure you just swing it out of the way, then you can make your beveled cut. Or you could just completely remove the clamp, it's up to you. You get a dust bag with this so you can slide this on like so, or if you prefer, you can hook up your shop vac to it and pull the dust out of the system while you're working on it. Now I will say this, if you're transporting the saw, take the dust bag off, because if you tilt it the wrong way, all of the collected dust in here is going to go onto you, your truck, your car, wherever you're going to be placing this. So it might be a good idea to take this off when you transport the miter saw. So the 40-tooth blade that comes with this miter saw can cut a variety of different materials. You've got casings here for doors and windows, you've got baseboard molding, oak hardwood flooring, so if you're doing a oak hardwood flooring project, you can use the saw. You've got laminate flooring, 2x material, so we've got a 2x4, 2x8, and a 2x10. Now this saw supposedly only cuts up to 2x8s, but we're going to test that out. This is PVC casing. Watch how easily this cuts through that. No problem. I didn't even have the saw up to full speed, so it just cut right through this. You might want to use this in bathrooms where it gets moist so that it doesn't rot out like regular wood, but hopefully your bathroom isn't too moist because you're running the fan. Okay, so how will this cut hardwood floors, oak hardwood floors? This is really hard. Watch this. Now, I have to show you something here. It will bind up on the wood if you try to go too fast. Notice how it bound up a little bit? So you want to ease into the cut on really hard wood. This is a much cleaner look to this hardwood. So when you ease into the cut, it makes a lot better, well, cut. So the same principle applies when you're cutting through baseboard molding and you need to make a bevel cut. You want to ease into that cut. There you go, nice and smooth. This is regular 3.5-inch casings that you'd use in a house. Looks good, no problem. Now you can also cut the casing straight up. So you can hold it just like this, hold it in place. Keep your hand to the left here where the safety insignia is located. And you can cut straight down on the casing. Nice smooth cut again. So here's a piece of laminate flooring, bamboo laminate flooring. Again, really nice smooth cut here. Okay, 2x4s, no problem. Again, it's best to ease into the cut. Just don't chop down on it. Supposedly the biggest piece of material you can cut with this saw is a 2x8. So we're going to cut that right now. Looks pretty good to me. What about 2x10s? How can you cut 2x10s? Can you cut 2x10s? Well, let's see. Yep, you can cut a 2x10, even an awkward length one. You can cut crown molding that's 3 5/8 inches by 9/16 of an inch, but I don't have any on hand to show you, just so you know you can do that. Dewalt says that you can make 183 cuts on 2x4s and about 275 cuts on 3.5-inch baseboard. Now I'm not doing those runtime tests, other people have done them, and you'll just have to trust Dewalt and the other testers. But I can tell you this battery does last quite a while. So when should you buy one of these tools? Well, if you want to go cordless, I think it's a great option. I'm sitting out here or standing out here in my driveway and I'm about 40 feet away from any outlet. So if I wanted to do work out here, it would be a real pain to drag all of those cords onto the driveway, not to mention that it's dangerous. So if you have a job site where you don't want the cords or you need that cordless capability, this is a great option. You can interchange all the saw blades with your circular saw, so that's cool too. And you can cut up to 2x10 material even though the directions say 2x8. So those are some things that you should know about with this saw. The other great thing about this saw is the fact that it only weighs about 30 pounds. So there's some portability to it. You can pick it up easily and transport it from location to location. Now, you should take the battery out before you do that and lock it in place. So you want to lock everything in place when you pick it up and move it from your workstation. As you can see, it's not that bad. It's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger and can have 300 pounds above my head. So I can easily move this, shake off the dust. Again, if you are going to move it, take the dust bag off of it. But you can set it down, put it in the back of your truck, back of your car. It's really nice and portable. I almost forgot. I exchanged the blade in this for a framing blade. The original blade that came with it had 40 teeth in it. We still made nice cuts in that hardwood, in that oak hardwood, using this framing blade. So you can still get great cuts even with a framing saw blade. Okay, so there you have it. That's the review for the Dewalt 20-volt, 7.25-inch cordless sliding compound miter saw. This is a really nice saw for you if you're going to be doing any kind of crown molding, baseboard molding. If you need to cut 2x material, oak hardwood floors, laminate floors, you can do it for all that. Hopefully some of the tips in this review will help you out with your purchase. There are a lot of different things to factor into it. If you already own Dewalt tools, the great thing about that is you can use the 20-volt max batteries that come with your impact driver or drill and this saw, and that is great if you run out of juice with this battery. So I hope that you liked this review. If you did, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. That way you won't miss out on our tool reviews. We do tool giveaways as well, so you can sign up for our email newsletter over at homerepairtutor.com. That'll help you out if you're in the market for new tools as well. So thanks for watching today. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video.